Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, it's your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, keenly awaited, highly anticipated edition of The Trading Floor with your humble host, Angie Barbosa and Jeremy Alexander Newsom, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. It is Energy Wednesday in the house. What's up, traders and legends from around the world? Got some heavy hitters joining us today. Bill, first name on the list. What's going on, my man? How are you? Scrolling down a little bit later. Ken, how's it going, Ken? Thanks for joining us. Hope you're doing awesome, my friend. Stan, how are you, Stan? Richard K just joining. How's it going, Richard? Timmy in the house. Timmy! How was your day trading, man? I didn't take anything today in the day trading world. Nothing at all. Kept it light. Was good. Timmy traded Tesla. If you traded Tesla, you did just fine. All right, so here's the SPY. This is the ETF that tracks the Standard & Poor's 500, and good. I'm glad we got a little bit of a bullish candle today. That bodes well for the bull put spread that I got. So kind of digging that a little bit. I did anticipate a gap down and a trade higher. Obviously, we didn't gap down specifically from yesterday, but we did end up trading higher. Overall, my intention and my thought process was that we'd be up a little bit on the day. We'd end with a white candle. So far, again, even though we didn't gap down, I wasn't trading the gap down. The only trade I got at the moment on the SPY is this 201-200 bull put spread. I don't think my analysis is going to change much from today. We'll look at some swings. We'll look at some other bigger picture. But as far as my SPY analysis is concerned, I think we continue to go higher. The 20 EMA is at 203.45. I'll be keeping a close eye on that. The 201-200 bull put spread expires next Friday, and that is right here. So that should be okay. Really, that theta got kicked hard in the pants today around noon or so. Eastern started really rocketing, so that was doing pretty well. Here's the Dow Jones, the DIA. And again, the Dow ETF, the ETF that tracks the Dow Jones. Here's the kind of the interesting lower trend line that we got built in or drawn in here. And you'll notice that we did have a retest gap right there from the 29th of March to the 30th of March. We did gap up. We did retest. We are making higher lows. We're kind of retesting that trend line. So overall, I still think the Dow goes a little bit higher. Here's your IWM, so the Russell 2000 index. And at this point, just kind of relaxing on that one. Don't have anything on the Russell or anything on the Dow. Here's your weekly chart, and here's the long-term moving averages for the IWM. And as I've mentioned before, as long as we don't break 120 on the IWM, there still is a chance that it could roll over a little bit bearish. Will that happen? I'm not entirely sure if we make it back up to there, but looking at these candles and looking at what I think is pretty good wave rotation, right? You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? Yeah. 5 white candles in a row. And then the 6th candle was a bearish candle on the IWM that retested the 200 simple moving average from the bottom. So it kind of broke through, came back and retested and got a little bit of a bounce. The highs of these 2 weeks are pretty similar. So we might end with an inside week. I doubt it though. If you notice over here, just in recent days, the bearish volume candles are lower than the bullish volume candles. So I think this is a resting week on the IWM. And I think we trade up a little bit higher into at least 116-ish on the IWM. I don't have an exact position on the IWM short term. I'm just kind of waiting for it to do its thing. But I think we move up into the 200 simple moving average on the Russell. Today is Wednesday, which means it's Energy Wednesday. Here's your XLE. And the XLE still making a little bit of a lower move. Today's candle, though, definitely had a nice increase in volume. And this would be a morning star reversal pattern. So the first candle was black. Second candle gapped down into a little bit of a doji. Today's candle, you got a gap up today and a little bit of a white candle. So that is a morning star. Again, my intention was the XLE would trade down to about 58, and I was looking to buy some positions on XLE if that occurred, but it hasn't happened yet. So my analysis at this point is going to be relatively simple. What's today? The 6th. 4, 6, 16. XLE forming a decent Morningstar reversal. Let's see if it bounces and goes higher. Still battling a strong downward trend. If it does bounce, 200 SMA on daily, strong resistance. So again, don't have anything on the XLE. I don't deny that this is a little bit of a retracement of some kind. Potentially, volume has been pretty low in this instance. I still think there's a chance we could go lower. So again, if the XLE gaps up tomorrow, for instance, I think it's going to trade down a little bit, and then we'll probably get that bounce to occur. We could trade to the 200. We haven't actually traded into the 200 simple moving average since way back here, September 2014. That's the last time we interacted with the XLE 200 simple. So at this point, you have a nice little Morningstar reversal pattern off of the 100 simple. If you're looking to day trade or short-term swing trade, let's not forget the fact that we have made higher lows on the XLE. Boom, boom, boom. And if we bounce right there, really make a little bit of a higher high, higher than Monday's candle, I think there's a chance we could trade up into the 200. So we'll see if we bounce here and see exactly what ends up playing out on XLE. Questions, concerns, thoughts, or opposing views? I'm definitely going to be looking at Tesla today, Timmy, but you're going to have to tell me what you did to it. I'm going to want to see. So I'm going to put that one on the list. I am pretty pumped. All right, so XLE Dunzo. Got it. All righty. Sweet. And Solange is in a 66-65 bear call spread expiring in a week and a half. She should be fine on that one. 200 simple moving average, again, on the dailies at 64.20. So Solange, I probably wouldn't even have an alert on that spread unless the XLE came in contact with that price, which to happen in a week would be a good 5% move on energy. So that would, yeah, that'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Up 2.6% today. It's a nice little move. All right, cool. Most of you guys are in agreement. No major questions. Let's go look at some individual equities then, shall we? Let's ride this choo-choo train of excellence. Let's hop over to ticker symbol VLO, Valero Energy. And Valero today, again, this was for perspective. We're keeping a close eye on this one. Steven Jackson was talking about this trade as well. It took an R from us not too long ago on Valero. We were trying to trade it bearish in this general area and lost. I don't think we lost a full R, actually. I think we got a really good risk mitigation on that one. But it did have a nice break today. Everything looks good on it. If you're not in this trade, no big deal. It's totally fine. I didn't make it official because it was a little bit aggressive. But John Higgins and a few other real-life traders out there in the world did take that trade bearish. I'm in it, and I love the volume increase. I love the gap down that occurred the other day. I like this little rest after battle pattern. So at this point on Valero, looking forward to trade into potentially and hopefully 58. The low of the day today was $60 and 26 cents was the low of the day. But volume increased, and that was really, we've been keeping an eye on Valero ever since that new Black Crow that occurred on the 1st of April. So again, you had a little bit of a white candle, high wave candle. I like high wave candles because usually whatever direction it breaks, if it's in a good trend or whatever, depending on where it's at, of course, it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what's going to happen. So there was a little bit of a short-term support right there on VLO around 63. And the volume picked up today. So I guess we'll see. Exponential moving averages on VLO are below them. Volume increase, nice candle. Here's your long-term moving averages. You're below those. So bearish perspective made the most sense on Valero Energy. If you got a chance to take a stab at that one, well done. If not, we can always recognize the opportunity. Here's RIG, ticker symbol RIG, and I got some analysis for a put sale out there, ready to go, and I do not think it's gotten filled. And my plan was, if it did not get filled as of today, that I would cancel that put sale. And I don't think it filled. Let me go ahead and open up my broker over here on another screen and check that out while I'm pulling this up. And come over here. Give me just a few seconds. Open it up. Stan says, KMI. What about it, big man? All right. Pulling this up. Got it. Nope, it did not fill. Alrighty. Well, I will go ahead and cancel that then. Order status. Rig put sale. The bid-ask spread right now is 1 penny and 3 pennies. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that. There we go. And I will come in here to the credit spreads current month and get rig canceled. Type in cancel here. Cancel, and boop, open this one up. All right. Never filled, canceling, order. It looks like the word canceling should have 2 L's. Weird, I know, but I think it should. A few days ago, back on the 24th of March, I mentioned that rig would hit $8.38 in 3 weeks. The low of yesterday was $8.34. Boom! Holla at your boy. I like it. So that happened within 2 weeks. So it didn't take the whole 3 weeks, but it ended up happening. So my analysis as of the day before that was at the 23rd of March, and I figured that it might hit 763 before May. So we got about a full month for that to happen, so I'll leave that on the board. 763 is approaching or right at the all-time low. If I hop over here on a monthly chart, you'll kind of check that out. So here's your monthly. Let me zoom out here a little bit, and I'll leave the candlestick chart on, but check this one out, guys. So this was back in 1994, and this was just present day info. So yeah, you got a really good support at 763. All-time low. That's why I was considering doing a put sale down there. Don't mind owning shares of rig, and it just didn't fill. So I'll keep an eye on RIG down at 763. I don't mind buying it if it happens and if it makes it down there. We're definitely getting some really interesting volume spikes. That is for sure. So I will be keeping a close eye on rig at these levels to see if we can pick up some all-time low action on RIG. Liz says we spell canceling with 2 L's in Australia. See, that makes sense though. Canceling. I know. It just sounds like it should be with 2 L's. I like your way of thinking, Liz. I dig it. Sweet. Boom. All right, there's RIG. I like it. KMI. I will put KMI on the list. I think that's maybe what Stan was talking about. Got it. I will throw that one on the board. So there's rig done. Or which one did I just delete? I had rig on there twice. Okay, that's weird. So rig on there twice. Let's go look at Mosaic, ticker symbol MOS. And this was another one that we didn't make official, but definitely kept our eyes on. And this was that little double bottom, I apologize, double top type of pattern that was coming in. So we're mentioning on Mosaic, if we close below 2760, that we wouldn't be bullish. That was our analysis, saying, hey, don't buy calls, right? Don't buy shares yet if it's closing below that price, because it likely will go a little bit lower, and it did. So it closed below that price on the 24th of March. It retested for 2 or 3 days, retesting the neckline, and kind of rolled over just a little bit. So if you're in a bearish trade on Mosaic at that point, the initial stop was right here. So you should have reached 2R today to lock in a little bit of gains. If you got a chance to lower your stop, if you want to lock in some profit, this is a tough place to stop because it's definitely a little bit of a reversal candle today. So you can place your stop either at 25.88 or a little bit more conservative would be 26.73, just locking in a little bit of gains. Volume definitely came in, forming that little double top pattern. Volume on the 18th of March was right there, almost a tweezer top, 5 cents away from it. So, yeah, Mosaic heading down a little bit lower. 22.46 would be a really good support. I don't know if we get there. You definitely got some support resistance back in here from February, January action. And we kind of broke through that. And we might retest it. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black candles in a row. So my intention would be something like this. And something like that is pretty possible on Mosaic, around $23 or something. So that's what we got so far. BHI, been keeping a close eye on this one in the day trading world last 2 days. It got pretty wild recently. A lot of volume coming in on BHI today. A lot of volume and a big candle. So earnings is on the 27th. Based on that solid support that's shaping up on BHI, right about there, I wonder if there's a put sale premium for next week or April week 4. I have not been planning this, so I have to place this one late tomorrow or early Friday if I get into this trade. Because remember, you guys, I can't do a swing trade unless I've planned it 24 hours in advance. Steve says, apparently when companies get denied for mergers, it's good news. Apparently, man, they ran hard today. They really did. April. No, those spreads aren't correct. No, nothing there. Let's look at April week 4. Oh, that was April week 4. Okay. Well, there you go. Nothing there. Those bid asks aren't correct on Yahoo Finance. Oh well, too bad. Really good support there. Same place it bounced. Again, just for accountability, I am not in BHI bullish at all. Really solid looking play. Great support. I mean, it bounced at the same place it bounced before. You know, so if you got a chance to buy in yesterday for a swing or near the open today, I mean, kudos to you. That's a pro level real life trading setup right there. If you got a chance to play that, you are Merlin the Wizard. But I did not. No put sale premium. Earnings coming up in a few weeks. Man. Baker Hughes. I guess I'll just have to kind of sit around on that one and wait it out then, huh? Let me zoom out a little bit more and see if there's any other support resistance. Oh, man. I just whiffed on that one. Jeez. Look at that support level right there at 39. It's like we've been there before and bounced or something. Here's the weekly. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's a pretty classic support right about there. 39. We've definitely been there before. Well, while we're here, let's draw on another one. Right about there, 48, 46, basing it off of this peak right there. Notice that little peak right there. This peak right there. So those are the three main ones I was looking at when drawing that little line. I wonder if there's a trend line on Baker Hughes. Let's put that on the chart and find out. Let's find out. It's a little rough. Yeah, it's not quite perfect. What about this low? It's not terrible. I wouldn't say that's the greatest trend line in the world, but it's not bad. With that volume and candle, I kind of want to go over earnings almost. I wonder if it's worth it. If I can get really far away, I'm feeling frisky today. Let me do May 20th and see what's out there. May 20th. Let's see if I can go nice and far down there. 36 would be awesome. 36, 35. 36, 35. Again, I don't think these bid asks are correct. All right. Here's what I'm going to write down for tomorrow. I'm writing this down in my little document. Check spreads, put, sale, bid, ask on BHI for a swing. I'll write that in here as well. So we'll be watching, and the reason that I'm liking it down here is, number one, you're at a really good support. Number two, you got a great candle. Number three, you got a lot of volume. So when those things all come into play, right? Good support, good volume, good candle. I want to do stuff down there. You know, this is some of the best volume we've had in a long time. So I'm not saying that it has to bounce here, but 48, 46 is probably a pretty good target for Baker Hughes. So maybe a little bit of a pullback tomorrow, buy the bounce kind of thing. 48, 46 could be a good play on that setup. All right, sweet. Halliburton. Let's go check out Halliburton. Halliburton. Some volume is coming in here on some of these swings. This is actually a very interesting play that I did not see either. I feel like I'm missing some of these energies. Check this out. So here's your neckline, technically, from your double bottom. Really good support there. And yeah, just a great bounce. Really good bounce at the neckline on Halliburton. So you're coming in with some volume. Again, earnings is approaching. I can agree with that. Nice little bullish retest gap. Kind of got a little bit of a flag pattern here. So again, look at the volume decline. All right, cool. It's looking pretty good on Halliburton. Here's the long-term moving averages. What are these doing? Long-term. Right into the 200. Okay. I mean, right into it. Didn't even hesitate. The high of the day on Halliburton was 3689. The 200 simple moving average is 3683. All right, so here's the deal. I don't have an exact setup for Halliburton. I am looking at, though, and as I'm seeing it, I'll write this down so that I can kind of keep my analysis in check. Possible long-term double bottom retest. Volume increasing. Looking for a bullish move from here. All right, so we got that set up. Good volume. Looks nice. Sweet. All right, that's all I got on HAL. I really like the volume profile, though. So if I was trading it, I'd be a little bit more bullish than bearish. Spectra Energy. I'm glad that Lita's here because I think this is your stock, Lita. So Spectra Energy, we talked about at that resistance not too long ago. A covered call for March at $30, which I believe would have gotten exercise on that day, I think. And honestly, I mean, at the close of today, you could buy it back for cheaper than 30. Lita says no more. All right, sweet. So you definitely profit on it. If you depending on if and where you bought. If you bought down here, nice little double bottom down Spectra. So let me kind of bring the chart down and kind of show you guys what I'm looking at. So there's a double bottom pattern. Broke above the neckline. There's some of the retest, some of the retest gap. Boom, boom, boom. Into the moving averages. And Spectra Energy is hanging out. So today you have a pretty nice new white soldier, one white soldier candle. So 4, 6, 16. Possible new white soldier, one white soldier candle. I like the retest of the resistance price. So here's what I mean by that when I'm referring to resistance price. Your resistance level at about 28.55. We've broken above that now, and it looks like we're pulling back and bouncing off of that. Would be the potential thought process that I have. Here's your exponential moving averages, and exponential moving averages on a daily chart. You're fully above those. So I think we can get rid of this line here, and it kind of has some similar properties of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. So I'm going to go with a close above here, which is $31.40 on Spectra Energy. I'm going to go with not bearish, possible, long-term inverted head and shoulders pattern. I'll make the font smaller on that. There you go. Boom. So again, that the close above that, I'm just kind of saying that that is a pretty strong resistance, and that more than likely would make room for a little bit of a higher move. You can see some nice higher lows coming in on Spectra, again on the shorter term, and a really nice new white soldier, one white soldier at the moment on that particular setup. Here is the weekly charts, and the weekly chart, you can see the strength of that 28.55 resistance price, especially on a line chart. Check out that line chart. Boom, boom, boom. Let me look at just the line chart for a moment and kind of show the strength of this bounce. So really nice V bottom. So I would like to see a little bit more of a curvature down on Spectra. I don't know if that happened, but I would like to see that. And in fact, I'll kind of draw that in here. I would like to see this on a little bit more of a scale. I don't know if it's going to happen on a candlestick chart. It's kind of happened, you know, if you take into consideration yesterday. So let me show you guys yesterday's candle. Nice little gap. Oops. Sorry about that. Decent gap yesterday. We were watching it and keeping an eye on it for my day trades, but just, you know, never did anything with it yesterday. So this could be the pullback, honestly. It doesn't have to come all the way down to 28.55, but nice little healthy pullback, nice little new white soldier today. If we start making a higher high and a higher low, wouldn't be specifically bearish. And again, if it closed above 31.40, would be looking for some bullish moves at that price. Right on. Let's go look at USO and then ExxonMobil. So USO today, big move up. So we're talking up 5% on USO. So again, here's your little bit of a double bottom. Here's the kind of the pullback, a little bit of a retest, that double bottom right to the neckline. Got a little bit of a doji kind of a candle yesterday and a nice little pop. Exponential moving averages, you are below them. So yes, absolutely, this could be a retest of some kind. So it could be something like that, and we could roll a little bit lower. I still think that there's a chance for energies to make a lower low relative to what they did not too long ago. And by not too long ago, I'm talking about this February level. So I still think that there's definitely that opportunity, but we did have a pullback. So here's why I'll say this. This was a high, and I did not want to go bullish on energies there on the shorter term. Longer term, as you guys know, I think this is a good area to be picking up some energies if you don't have some. But from there, as we have now pulled back nice and healthily. So on this pullback, if we start making some higher highs and higher lows, well, on an intermediate level, shorter term level, that is a bona fide USDA certified higher low on USO with volume. With volume. Here's your long-term moving averages, and we interacted pretty well with the 100, but again, we have broken through the 100 simple moving average before, which was right there. And I think that there's still a chance that we could do that again. Break through the 100, trade up into the 200, and then roll over. That's, you know, again, still a possibility. It will all depend on the dollar and exactly what ends up happening from that. Yeah, I don't have an exact setup on the USO. But here's Jason. He exited out of he was in some puts. I don't know if he got stopped out today or not, but probably did. Move this over here, write this down, and let's mention 4616. 4616. If USO makes a higher high, higher low tomorrow with a bullish candle, I'm thinking this could be a higher low on an intermediate time frame. There we go. And when I say intermediate, that just means weeks to months. Weeks to months. Expecting a little bit of a bounce and a trade up a tad higher. So that's USO. Let's go check out ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil trading sideways. Ran into a rock solid support at $84.80. Gave us a great opportunity for an April covered call at $87.50 for those of you who own ExxonMobil long term, which many of you do. As May comes around, earnings is right before May starts, so right towards the end of April, we got some earnings on ExxonMobil. Usually ExxonMobil doesn't have massive moves over earnings, honestly. Here's your weekly perspective on Exxon, and you still have the 100 and 200 simple moving averages to battle with on the weekly chart. So with a week and a half left, I think the April covered call expires worthless, and if ExxonMobil is at this general area again after that expiration, I will consider a May, maybe 90 covered call on ExxonMobil. Yeah, I don't have an exact setup on it though. Nothing precise. It's at a resistance, doing its thing, hanging out. That's what I got on ExxonMobil. All right, sweet. Let me pull up CHK. CHK today gapped up just a little bit and traded down, a little bit of a bearish candle. So CHK hanging out, got a little bit of a new black crow on the 1st of April. It's battling the 100 simple moving average. Some people looking at this as a double top right there, and it did break through that double top. If you're in bearish at 374 with a stop at about 417, no denying that's a pretty aggressive trade. That's why I didn't make it official. It's pretty stout. But if you are in that, target 1's approximately 266 and some change. Target 2 about 151-ish. And then down here towards 72 cents. I don't know if CHK actually makes it to 72 cents, but I would like it if it does. That's where I would definitely like to buy some more CHK. Ken B. Jr.'s in the house. Mr. Botnet, what's going on, brother? Do you still got some of your shares of CHK? Does anyone else in on a shorter swing or any kind of covered call action on CHK at the moment? I know some of you picked up some shares for a nice little ride in this area, which worked out pretty well. And now we're just kind of retracing. This retracement does look pretty ugly. And I agree. There's definitely a short-term support right there. The lows of those candles almost identical. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, here's your daily exponential moving averages. There we go. And the daily exponential moving averages, we are below those. Ken B, I'll pretty much copy and paste what you got. Bam, bam. And that's pretty much the sentiment a lot of you guys have on CHK. I mean, it's not, again, it's definitely an aggressive buy down here. No question about that. Last time I mentioned that, it had a really good pop, but if you're adding some longer term, 5 to 6 year play, I get it. I would like to see it make a little bit of a lower low. That's just me, though. Trade into there and bounce. Obviously, for those of you who have a lot of shares, I would love to see that occur. But here's your weekly. And the weekly, we just traded right below, above the 20 and kind of rolled over. So the 50 exponential is at 765. Based on a weekly chart, you're having very, very low bearish volume. So not a lot of bearish volume is kicking in. So really, it's relatively sideways, truthfully, since December. You've got a lot of volatility, no denying that, but you're at the same price it was since December. That's about 4.5 months away. Could it be forming a giant inverted head and shoulders pattern? Yep, it could. Absolutely. And the neckline would be, honestly, right about $6, 567, 574, something like that. A lot of volume coming in, so yep. That's what I got on CHK. Not too much going on. Thanks for the update, though, Mr. Botnet, as usual. All right, CVX and then British Petroleum. Let's go check that one out. So CVX today, really nice new white soldier. I'm going to go and see if we got any kind of spread premium, put sale premium. Going to look and see what Chevron's doing. I like the fact that Chevron broke out this triangle pattern. So this is actually a triangle that another trader brought to my attention. And I kind of dig it. I like it. I like these higher lows. I like these lower highs. I like this resistance kind of right about there, and the fact that we are retesting that old resistance, new support. Today's candle on Chevron is indeed a new white soldier. So let's just go see what we got over here. Come down to here, put a little bit of a trigger right there for just a moment. And I might kind of go out a little bit far. What about April 29th? As long as I do a spread before earnings, it's okay. 87.50 maybe? 87.50. Some weird ones. 87.50, 86.50. How accurate is that? Let me go look again. Steven says, this little grouping of candles on Chevron looks like a wedge continuation pattern of some kind. I agree, it does. It's definitely rested, allowing some momentum to build, so that's good. So I got April pulled up. Give me just a few seconds. 9 days to expiration, April week 5. Yep, it's there. 87.50, 86.50. That's the same thing I got on the broker. I mean, that's pretty solid. 87.50 is right here. Okay, give me just a few quick moments here. Trigger intraday for shares, calls, put sale, bull put spread. I'll let you guys kind of determine what it is that you want to do. For me, I think I'm going to go with bull put spread. Look for 87.50, 86.50, and if I can get 10 cents, 10 cents, 18 cents, I'll make it happen. April, week 5. Here's the exponential moving averages and the 50 EMAs at 90.91. Here's your long-term moving averages. Where are those? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's easy. That's an easy spread. That's 9 check marks all day. CVX, potential, bull, put, spread. I am going to verify the bid ask tomorrow and keep a close eye on this one if it continues higher. Nice new white soldier candle pattern today. Stephen J said, all right, let me copy and paste your analysis on that one, Mr. Jackson. Thank you, sir, for sharing your visual perspective. And looks good. Credit spread, bull put spread, CVX. Real life trading. All right, awesome. Boop. There we go. So let's keep a very close eye on that one tomorrow. That is official. I'm digging that. And we can absolutely make that an official swing trade and just kind of watch it. What's today's date? April 6th, 4/6/2016. Chevron. Short put. And these could change, I mean, depending on the location, but A750 looks solid. April week 5. 5. That would be a bull put spread. And let's keep a close eye on it. All right, awesome. Since we're talking about that really quick about spreads, let me just hop over to Pfizer. Pfizer today just went banana sandwich, moved very, very well. Did not get filled at the put sale, which is a little bit unfortunate. I really wanted to. I was very confident that Pfizer would move higher or at least trade, not down. But didn't get filled. Did anyone else get filled on this put sale? I did not, but the analysis was correct, which is always good, right? That's recognizing opportunity. That's what it's all about. Okay, never filled, canceling. Analysis was spot on though. Smiley face. So Pfizer up 5% today. Well done. Canceling that spread. Good candle, man. That's one of the bigger bullish candles. You take away this random flash crash that happened in August, and that's one of the biggest bullish candles that Pfizer has had in years. Sweetness. Okay. Let it rain. All right, Pfizer, awesome. CVX, got it on the list. British Petroleum. Here's ticker symbol BP. So BP, we still got the wager out there. We're going to have to wait all the way until September if that's going to find out if we're right or not, or if I'm right or not. I might be right. I just might be wrong on the timing. British Petroleum still battling very strong against the 100. Earnings coming up on the 26th. I like buying shares of British Petroleum. About 100 shares at a time if I get the chance to. Long term, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of BP. Which is a good dividend producing stock. So I don't necessarily want it to go down to 20. I just think it might. Let's see if we can snag any premium down there. Nope. Nada. There's a little bit down at 27. So maybe 14 cents right here. But that's going out all the way right before earnings. It's going out right about there. So for those of you who are here or watching the recording, if you're wanting to own shares of BP, one of the reasons I like it is, of the really, really big gas company, refinery, energy companies, the Chevron, the Exxon Mobil, the British Petroleum, the Shell. British Petroleum is one of the cheaper ones, been around for a long time, pays a good dividend. So I just kind of dig it. I had a buddy ask me the other day, he goes, "Hey Newsom, if you had to put all of your money into one energy stock, which one would it be?" And I said British Petroleum. So gun to my head, I like this company. $20 is a really far stretch for it to make. You got to go $9 in 5 months. I don't think it happens, and I have no problem losing that wager, but we will see what ends up going down on it. So there's British Petroleum. Here is Suncor Energy, ticker symbol SU. And Suncor. Excuse me. Suncor trading at a pretty healthy resistance the other day, which in this little long-term moving average broke out of that. Now you got a little bit of a pennant pattern kind of thing going on. Something like this, something like that. In fact, I think I can draw that on SU. Boom. Boomity boominair. Boomity boominair. And here is the weekly chart on Suncor Energy. So SU, I think, probably could make it back up into those long-term moving averages. It looks good. It's a nice pennant pattern, and I would imagine whatever direction that broke on Suncor Energy would probably be the direction that it continues. I like the fact that it's above the long-term moving averages. It's done that before right there. So my instinct would be 4, 6, 16. If SU breaks higher, likely trades into the 100, 200 SMA on weekly. All right, that's what I got on Suncor Energy. Sweetness. Let's go look at Kinder Morgan, ticker symbol KMI. And Kinder Morgan has just been battling that 100 simple moving average for a month. Now you got a very cute little one white soldier candle today. Stan's looking at short sale, short put 14 May week 2 for 16 cents, waiting to confirm tomorrow. 14. Man, you're only getting 16 cents for 14? Dang. It's pretty far away though. It is over earnings. I know you don't mind owning more. Put sale. Thank you for sharing that plan with me, sir. Stan J looking at May week 2 put sale 16 cents. Well, 16 cents isn't bad. Let me make that a little smaller. Good gap. Yeah, very good gap right here. Got a little bit of a gap right there. Here's your other USDA certified high or low. And I like today's candle on Kinder Morgan. This would be a pretty aggressive trade, but it's not bad. In fact, I'm considering it pretty seriously. Something like that. Again, the 100's just been battling. 1782. The high of today was 1773. The stop would be in the gap, and I would like to see that kind of breakthrough. Target 1 will be here, but it could probably make it up into there. Aggressive trade, no denying that. Here's the weekly. Let me see the weekly exponentials. Not bad. I don't think it falsely triggers, but I love the new white soldier. What do you think, Stan? Yes or no on that swing trade right there in Kinder Morgan? 1782 by 1656. I know you got your put sale ready to go. I'll put that at 14. That looks solid. It's a great area, I think. Especially for those who want to own shares. But again, a break over 1782. Nice new white soldier today. You know, you got that support all up in there. You got the gap. Stan says I have other exposure. Figures. All right, well, cool. I'll put that one on for perspective. If anyone wants to keep an eye on it. I know a few of you do have some shares of Kinder Morgan, so feel free to watch that one relatively closely if you want. That would be a bullish trade. And honestly, I mean, I know this is a shot in the dark, but I would love it to get back at 25.87. It's going to take its sweet time to do that, though. Something like this, probably a pause. That's probably where I would do a covered call at that resistance. And really, the 200 simple moving average would be a target on Kinder Morgan. I don't think that triggers falsely, but I would say if it gapped up tomorrow morning above our trigger, I would absolutely wait for that to come down. If you want to make that a stop limit on Kinder Morgan, you definitely could do that as well. Sweet. All right. Awesome. That's what I got so far on Kinder Morgan. Let's go look at two of the solar companies. First Solar took a little bit of a bath yesterday and today, triggering the protective put trigger, which thankfully for that was perfectly placed. Really good support right in there. So there was these lows of these two candles right there. Low of this hammer candle reacted very, very well on this trend line. So there's your trend line, and we talked about, hey, if it's going to bounce, great. If it's not, if it's going to take out the low of that hammer candle right there, we're going to trade a little bit lower. So in fact, not only did it take out that low, but it opened below that low with a gap, definitely trapping some people. I was looking to trade that all day yesterday and just never got a signal that I fell in love with, unfortunately. So yeah, I just didn't do anything. $75. Bill had a covered call on that one. I'm sure you probably have bought that one back. Bill, any updates for me on FSLR or anyone else who's in the shares of this one as well? I know a few of you have a position or two on that one. So great caller. Phenomenal caller on First Solar. Working well. Bill says going to wait. All right. So do you still have that one, or have you bought that one back? Yeah, that was some solid premium. I know that, which is awesome. Great place to do it. Still have it? Okay, sweet. All right, so Bill's still got it. Pretty much worthless at this point, but will likely expire. Earnings coming up in May. So we'll see what First Solar is going to do. First stop, I would imagine, would probably be about 58. I would like to see First Solar retest a little bit and then potentially trade down to 58. And then by that time, you'll probably have earnings. I don't know how low First Solar could go with a break of that trend line, but we did figure that if that happened, we'd likely come back down to, again, maybe 50. So I'll get rid of that trend line right there. That's already helped us out. And again, there's a little bit of a support resistance right about where we stopped. So I'm not going to say that this, it can't bounce from here. It definitely could. I like today's little high wave candle, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bearish candles in a row. So my thought process, being that this looks like a very ugly head and shoulders, is that something like this would occur, trade down a little bit lower into that support, and then earnings, Bill says, are on the 28th of April. So by that time, as it trades back into that level, this protective put definitely going to help over earnings. And by that time, this covered call will expire worthless. And you could probably do one mo again. Throw it up down there around 72 or 75. Ray says looking to sell the covered call May week 2, 36.50 on LNG. All right, so that's First Solar. Let's put LNG on the board and then go look at Canadian Solar, CSIQ. Canadian Solar had a nice little move on Monday. Was looking to trade it bearish, didn't find anything, and I really still don't have anything on Canadian Solar. Nothing's jumping out at me. Here's the weekly chart, and all I see on Canadian Solar in the weekly is something like this and something like this, and that's it. I don't have anything exceptional on CSIQ. I would love to go back to 2011 and buy it back there. That's probably where we're going back into that range. The daily, I mean, it just looks really self-assuming to me. You got a little bit of support here around 1520. I think it's going lower, but I don't have anything on Canadian Solar. I'm lost. I'm pulling up. I see nothing. LNG, so Ray says, looking to do a May week 2, 36.50. 36.50. So this one, so last time we were checking out this one, mentioned April 42.50. That was 65 cents on the 30th of March. Mentioned you could buy to close that one and sell the 40, which at that point is also probably worthless. If you're looking to do a covered call on LNG, I would personally like to get it above this pivot, which is 38. So you're looking to do a covered call. I'll try to get it above 38. Earnings is, according to this, April week 5. So give it a little bit of time. If you trigger into the protective put, I think that's totally fine because obviously LNG could roll down a little bit. You'll notice that you definitely had a strong battle with the 100 simple moving average. But if energies pops, LNG will pop a little bit. So this, and that hopefully is what happens. I would give that one a little bit of time. Find out what happens in this little range. And if you were looking to do a covered call, other than the 42.50 or the 40, I would try the 38, 36.50. It is above the 100. So if you do that one, I would probably do that expiring before earnings. So April week 3, April week 4, April week 5, something like that. Just do one above the 100. Hopefully that expires before earnings and you can turn around and do another one. Great question, Ray. That's what I got on it. And let's go look at our swings really quick. Ray says, thanks. My pleasure. GILD heading up a little bit higher, up another 1.96%. Stan still got him some shares. I think it's trading in. At this point, next target, for those of you who might still be in that trade, is 100, a.k.a. the 200 simple. I don't know exactly the time that it'll trade back into there. Probably something like this and like this will likely occur. And by the time that occurs, the 200 simple moving average will be about 100. I would like to say that 100 would be a target. The 200 simple moving average is definitely a target as well. One of those two price ranges for those of you who are still in bullish. If you are in bullish on GILD, Great stuff. That one's working out pretty well, or has worked out well. For those of you who got in bullish and already exited for a profit, well done. Stan says, I got out 2/3 of my share, still holding for the 100. All right. Right on, brother. Here's Shopify. Shopify today, gorgeous little retest. Doing exactly what we've asked it to do so far. We can't fault Shopify. So I'm going to keep holding this baby. 2R target is 31.24. I got it set up that I exit all of the position there if we hit 31.24 on Shopify. So far, it's doing everything we've wanted it to do. Let's keep being patient. I don't see any reason to change anything at the moment. Bullish retest gap the other day, and it retested like a gem. Man, those gaps work well. Gosh, retested phenomenally well yesterday. Bounced today. Here's your exponential moving averages on Shopify, and our stop is below the 20. So that's really what we need to interact with. But I love the volume profile. I like what it's doing. Looking good. Here is ticker symbol SC, Santander Consumer. We got so close to our trigger today. Didn't quite get in there. And that's pretty much the same with Zillow. Zillow at the open of the day missed the trigger by just a few pennies. And if you hop in here to the 5-minute, this thing got wild at one point on the day. So it opened up, traded lower, missing our entry by just a few pennies, and then ended up snagging it later in the day. So this is the 5-minute chart. So check this out. So at open, all right, here's the open. Open of the day, just roll down, trade it up, roll down a little bit lower. So we are in on Zillow. I don't think I got a chance to update that worksheet. So here is the daily chart. So right now you got a pretty high wave candle, which would mean or could mean that this is likely to move in any direction. So here's the plan on Zillow at this point, 4-6-16. High wave candle today, expecting an inside day candle tomorrow. I want Zillow to break the low of today by this time next week. If it doesn't, I'll look to exit. There you go. I'm giving that one a week. Got a week, because that's not the most bearish candle in the world. That's why I'm giving it a week's time frame. So I didn't think I got a chance to update that yet. I was out. There we go. Zillow active 2144. Again, Santander Consumer still out there. Stands in. Few of us are in. I dig it. A little bit of volume coming in. That looks good. I like this little retest right there. It is a retest gap, so it makes sense that we retested today. We're above all the moving averages. Here's your hourly chart on Zillow. And the hourly chart on Zillow, you're above the 10, 20, 50 with the stop. Here's your long-term moving averages. You're above the long-term. So it's a good stop placement. Have no idea if the trade works, but there's our plan. We got a week for it to make a lower low, and we're also above the 100 simple moving average on the daily. So we got some resistance. If we're wrong on that trade, we'll be wrong within the next 2 or 3 days is my guess. Tesla, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Tesla has made my last 5-7 weeks for my swing trade. So Tesla, when I posted the morning review on the 1st of March, before this even opened, I was mentioning I was going to be buying into that pullback. So gapped up, retest gap, looking for it to retest. I was mentioning live in the room, I was buying some April week 5 calls at 238. My initial stop was at 224. That was the wager that I was like, hey, I'm going to keep a mustache for 1 month if it breaks 224.19 the next 3 weeks. I don't think that's going to happen. So yesterday was a not yesterday. Monday was a bullish gap and go. It opened above that candle. Gorgeous retest yesterday, bullish engulfing candle, and today traded into target number 1, which was this resistance from this candle right there. The high of that candle, 266.91, went with 265. In and out of Tesla. Bam! Loving it! Unbelievable. Stan's got himself the bull put spread. Great job, Stan. Another wager in the books. I don't know if that one's going to win. We still got some time. but it's looking like it should be okay. I didn't come up with the, let me write in the exact date. This was 4/1. 4/1/16 that I made that wager. 4/1, okay. Just so we can keep note of it. Timmy says, easy day trade on today. Easy. Easy, easy, man. Well done, well done. Last but not least for today, ticker symbol XOP. Oh, I'm sorry. I told you I wanted you to show me what you did on it. What'd you do on it, man? Let me look. I bet I can find out. Here's the 5-minute. What did Timmy do today? Right there. That was Timmy. All day. Am I right? Boom! Simple. Nice. Nice. I mean, why not? Broke out of old resistance right here. Retested old resistance. Formed the double bottom. Place your stop. Money. I love it, bro. Keep killing it. Here is XOP. When am I getting you in click, Timmy? When you hopping in the fun, bruh. Here is XOP, the S&P Oil and Gas Exploration, and very similar to most of the energies out there. We got ourselves a nice little pennant brewing. There's the pennant. Pretty decent Morningstar reversal. I would say tomorrow could be a decent bullish day if we break out of some of these highs. The only way the energies, in my opinion, from here on today are going to be ultra bearish for the next 3, 4, 5 weeks or months. We're going to have to get a bearish move tomorrow. It's going to need to move tomorrow. If we don't get a bearish move tomorrow on energies, I think we trade up a little bit higher. That's just my call. Tomorrow is Transportation Thursday. What do you beautiful people want to look at tomorrow? Definitely be keeping a close eye on American Airlines. That one's getting a little bit close on my bull put spread. Ticker symbol MAR. Got GBX. We'll be taking a quick peek at Carnival Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean. Obviously, we'll look at Tesla, Delta, Southwest, Hawaiian Airlines. Let's take a snag at Apple, IYT, Race, GM, Polaris, Allison Transmission, AutoZone, O'Reilly. Anything else for tomorrow? UPS, FedEx. Is that it? All right, boys and girls. Legends and legendettes, thanks so much for trading with me this afternoon, doing some analysis, give me your input. I appreciate it. I always love learning with you guys every single day. And you guys rock. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.